Hey, folks, I got good news for you. You hear all the Democrats talking constantly about how important it is to beat Trump. And you know what? I agree with them. I agree with them 100%. I agree with them so much that I find the polls recently incredibly invigorating, incredibly affirming, and incredibly hope bearing. So in Iowa, the folks have taken over the state. Berners are everywhere. I found this absolutely fascinating. I saw this picture originally. And when this picture came out, all I could think of was, wow, another packed Bernie Sanders rally. I was like, wow, it feels good. And then I was corrected. I was like, yeah, Steve, it's not really a rally. That's his door knocking team for the Iowa caucuses. Folks, those are just the people going to knock on doors to make people understand how important it is to come out and support Bernie Sanders. That is amazing. And so just in case a neoliberal shill was to say something like, oh, anybody can come up with pictures like that, whatever, claim Photoshop, they claim any number of things, I thought it was even more instructive to take a peek at this. And I realized Bernie Sanders is head and shoulders above all the candidates. And this is why the Des Moines Register chose not to publish the polling data, because they didn't want everyone to think that Bernie Sanders was going to crush the incumbents or the people that they want, the fair-haired centrists, the neolibs. So when you look at this, that's got to give you a little bit of hope, right? We're getting past the margin of error where they can cleanly say, oh, you just had to get more votes. Didn't you know that's how democracy works? You needed more votes. Well, I got news for you. If it doesn't pass the smell test like it did in 2015, it's getting to the point now where it would be so absolutely absurd that any kind of action on their part will result directly in real, honest to God, not figurative, not placards in the air kind of thing. I mean, real, straight up, legitimate revolution. They're playing with dangerous, dangerous fire right now. There is no excuse for them to thwart the will of the people. I want to show you something. This right here will show you how big the change, the paradigm shift is. The paradigm shift we're watching these days is nothing short of miraculous. Folks, the gold bugs of the world are getting pushed to the side. The sound finance, conservative thinking is getting kicked to the curb. Modern monetary theory is everywhere. And people are beginning to realize that the only kind of people that will push back against MMT, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, are bad people. People that don't want us to have nice things. People that can't fathom a better world. I shouldn't say they're bad people. Let's just say they're not great people. Let's just say they're not great people. Because to support fiscal conservatism is to support the death of many, the poor. It's to deny health care to people in need. And I'm going to tell you a story about a friend I work with, a very, very good friend of mine who happens to be a conservative. His father-in-law went into the hospital. And I'll be honest with you, there's not much I can do short of give him thoughts and prayers and listen. But he told me straight up that his father-in-law looked like he was dying. He walked into the hospital 145 pounds and was laying in the hospital a week later at 200 pounds from all the fluid buildup in his body. They couldn't get the medication they needed because insurance was playing games with them. And I looked at him and I said, I know this is probably not the time for us to talk politics, but this is one of those times where you might want to reconsider your stance. He sat back and he was like, wow, you might be right. So we are winning this war, one soul at a time, one person at a time. And in the case of the Bernie movement, many souls at a time. Now, I want to talk to you about another subject, and that is how unfair and how absolutely lacking in integrity the DNC is. As if you already didn't know this, I want you to see this. This right here is from Mike Gravel's team. And Mike Gravel's team made the point. They dropped out a long time ago because they didn't meet the funding threshold, the number of donors, etc. But enter into the equation rich guy Michael Bloomberg, who has been donating heavily to the DNC, buying his way onto the stage. And lo and behold, Mike Gravel qualified for the Democratic debate with a grassroots surge that gave him 67,000 donors. The DNC shut him out. Mike Bloomberg spent $180 million on a massive ad, donated $250,000 to the DNC, and has exactly one donor. The DNC let him debate. And can I hear an amen to fuck the DNC? Fuck the DNC in the ass. Fuck them in the eyeball. They despise humanity. Tom Perez is an absolute treasonous bastard, a spineless twerp, a wretch. Barney Frank, an evil piece of dung. Hillary Clinton, lower than that. Biden, a creepy AF pedo-like guy out there licking fingers and talking about him and Bloomberg both talking about how legalizing marijuana was the dumbest thing ever. They want to make it illegal because that's a cash cow. Folks, these people are not your friends. But the good news is, we're taking this thing come hell or high water. We are in control if we continue to fight. Not me, us. And folks, we're going to do it. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progress in Action. Have a great day, everybody. See you in Iowa. Good luck.